You are in the closet. Good evening, everybody. Happy Wednesday, and welcome. I am Angie Pat, and this is the Boss Up Show. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope that you guys enjoyed on the work with Angie this morning. I'm laughing because I talk like we're literally two different people. Um, so that sounded kind of funny in my head. Plus, I'm a bit giddy because I've had a long day, a bit tired, but nevertheless, we have to press on. I hope that you guys had a wonderful day. I hope that you guys stay productive. Today's show is going to be very interesting. There will be a part 2 to it. I kind of do series, but I don't like to do series on this topic. But nevertheless, it is necessary. We are definitely in the season of change. We are in the season of truth, and we are in the season of getting better, growing, moving to another level in life. So I told y'all I'm a little giddy. So forgive me. Forgive me. So anyhow, just a little housekeeping. Looking out for the new promos, new shows that are coming up on the Boston show. We're going to be looking out for the promos that are coming out under that Big Miracles Boston. We just got a lot going on. And tonight is not going to be the night for me to tell y'all what's going on. Because mentally, I am not there. Okay? I don't remember them all. Okay? That's true. I don't remember. Okay? So that's just what that is. But you guys definitely be looking out for the radio station WMI coming in the spring. I know we've got Stepping with Angie coming in the fall. We've also got a new show, Tea Time with the Boss. And that will be starting February 15th. That should be very interesting. It will be. Then we've got Timmy's Prayer show coming. You guys will start seeing promos about that as well. And the day that show will be coming up. We are definitely looking for help. We need everybody who can do everything. Come boss up with us and come join the team. We need singers, we need dancers, we need poets, we need website people, we need tech people. And Sheila has joined the live. Good evening. We need you. We need people. We need clerical people. We need people who can juggle. I don't know where that came from, but if you can juggle, hit us up at 312-200-5172. 312-200-5172. Please like, love, share, Houston stars. That is how we continue to create the lovely content that we create. Thank you, Tanya, for the stars. Thank you, V, for the stars. I appreciate all those who give stars. Thank you so very much. It's so very appreciated. I love you guys. Thank you for everyone watching. Those who I can see, those who I cannot see. Please don't forget to share these broadcasts. Even the Right to Work with Angie. Make sure you guys share. Even if you all don't need it, I say it all the time. If you all don't need the information, please pass it along. Someone else may need it. If you guys, it's text time. Please hit up Beyond Business at Look to know more. Those commercials have been on the pages. Make sure you guys hit her up. If you mention the Boss Up Show, you get extra $50 off. Um, so we are just excited. We're excited. We're excited about the spring, summer extravaganza that we're getting together. You guys will, as we know more, you guys will know more. Okay. So also be looking out for tea time. Check the clock. 079 Tim Mack. He is my son, and he is an independent artist. Looking out for his music. And we do not own copyright citizen music. So you guys be looking out for a lot of things that are going on. Hey, Tally. Hey, sis. I love you. I love you. So yeah, be looking out. Make sure you keep. We always try to keep everybody in our prayers. Make sure you keep Kennedy family in your prayers. They just need to rest. Their father, Terry, you are definitely you are in my heart. You are in my prayers. The Streeter family, keep them as well in our prayers. Just also put a loved one to rest. So we're keeping them in our prayers. Everyone who has lost someone, please keep them in their prayers. We never know when we will be in that predicament. So definitely. And not too long ago, we do want to keep the Richardson family in our prayers. Al Williams, they had a death as well a couple of weeks ago. So we just keeping everybody in our prayers. You guys definitely have our prayers. Again, we don't know when or where we may be in those situations. So we definitely want to be sympathetic to those needs of others who may be in those predicaments. So we definitely keep them on our prayers. So we are going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back with the Also Show. We are back. Hi again, I'm Angie, aka The Boss, and this is the Boss Up Show. So we're doing a two-part series. So far, it'll be a two-part series. First part will be tonight. Next part will be on Saturday. We have been first of all, we've been going out this week. We'll be back out on location tomorrow as well as Friday. So you guys make sure you keep your notifications on so you guys will know where we are, know what we're doing, kind of have fun with us as we're out. So tonight's topic is a really sensitive one. And I realized that it was a topic that I really was not too thrilled about. But I have made a vow to go out on a limb and to talk about things that most people don't want to talk about. I've been getting quite a few emails, inboxes about this topic, and someone actually brought it to my attention years ago, as far as the human trafficking, sex trafficking. So unfortunately, this is something that we need to talk about. It's something that's going on more than you know. So tonight's topic is pedophiles and their praise. So, where do I start here? Oh, Jesus. Give me strength. So, a lot of times, the behavior of a pedophile starts with control. It starts with um, a lack of self-esteem. Um, it starts with Jesus. Okay, y'all, because look, this thing. So Alexa apparently wants to engage in my show as well, and that's why I'm laughing because I don't remember saying her name, but apparently I said something that sounds like it, so she was over there talking. So it kind of caught me by surprise, so I'm laughing. So forgive me. Um, so anyway, the role of a pedophile um, begins with um, low self-esteem, a lack of esteem. It begins with control. Um, Usually because they don't have control of their own lives. Um, and they take joy and pleasure in um, having control of someone else's. Um, it usually goes through this process called the grooming stage. So the grooming stage could be something as simple as compliments, something as simple as a listening ear, something as simple as just agreeing with, you know, um, just the things that you're doing, agreeing with um, behavior that is not acceptable, but in the grooming process, the predator makes it acceptable in order to gain the prey's trust, in order to um, um, gain some type of stability. Usually, the preys are empaths. They're people who have been maybe abandoned, people who have good hearts, people who are naive, people who have a lot of love to give, and they feel as if everybody's the same way. Most predators are narcissists. They're manipulators. Um, so they attract, one attracts the other. Um, when you get a predator, usually it happens so subtly that you kind of don't. It comes up really quick. Um, yes. It can. Yes, it can be family. Yes, and so um, even though, and that actually is the worst for me. Is the family part. Um, and I feel as though um, the biggest excuse for me that predators use is I've been abused before, so I didn't know how to deal with it. Deal with it. Um, I think that is the biggest lie that predators tell themselves. Um, because they didn't like it. And I always use this. If you don't like it, don't do it to somebody else. Um, this is kind of a really, really touchy subject for me um, in so many ways, on so many levels. So kind of forgive me if I'm a little bit um, delayed because as I said, I'm doing this subject because I've been getting a lot of emails about the subject. And so I did make a vow to actually, take on challenging topics. So you have to be careful what you ask for. Um, when you, Thanks, sis. I'm trying here. I'm trying here. I'm so trying here. Um, um, we have to really be careful. Let me tell you how a lot of things start. A lot of things start when there's a lack of attention. When there is, um, like in the world today, we see like the gangs. They are getting our children younger and younger. It's a grooming process that even gangs go through. I'm using that as an example. Most people that I know that got in the gang early was because they felt abandoned at home. They felt a lack of attention at home. Um, there was abuse at home, and they drafted this new family that the family gained the trust. The gang gained their trust. It's the same with a pedophile. Most pedophiles, they sit back, they watch, they listen, they learn their victim, they learn their empath, they learn what they're missing. They have conversations with these people. They learn what they're lacking. And once they find out what they're lacking, then they fit in. They kind of take on that responsibility. They take on um, that behavior because they understand that this is what this person needs. They need attention. They need that love. They need that validation. That's the word I'm looking for. They need that validation. And so I'm going to give that to them to gain their trust, to gain stability, to build a foundation. But it's a false foundation. Be careful, especially even it starts young. Um, when you have young children, you try to make it comfortable for them growing up. Make it as comfortable as you can. Make it to where they feel comfortable with talking to you. Make it to where you know. And in this day and age, I'm sorry, it's like you want them to engage with people, but at the end of the day, you cannot allow your children to engage with everybody. You can't allow your children to be around everybody because everybody um, is not trustworthy. So at the end of the day, you have to watch what your kids watch on TV. Watch what they watch on the computers. Watch what the social media. Social media is awesome. It can also be used for some really perverted things. Um, the biggest thing for me, for a person who is a prey, they take on a guilt complex because the predator um, instills this. They gain the prey's trust. They gain the empath's trust. After that trust is gained, it's kind of like, okay, we have a secret now, and you can trust me because everybody else has let you down. So we have this secret now. We have this bond now, which makes the prey feel like now they belong. They belong to something. They belong to a situation. They belong to something bigger than themselves. Because at the end of the day, we all want to belong to something bigger than ourselves. We all want to be a part of something bigger than ourselves. We all want to be, validated. Unfortunately, there are people out there, and I'm gonna tell you something. Empaths are not, and praise are not always young children. They're not always babies. Some of them are teenagers. Some of them are young adults. Some of them are older people. Some of them are people with special needs. Some of them are people who are trying to figure out their sexuality. Some of them, there's a vast group of people that fit into um, the role of a prey. And it takes a strong mind it takes a strong mind to kind of recognize what's going on. Because one thing about a pedophile, they, that's their job. Their job is to pray. Their job is to watch. Their job is to learn the behavior of their prey. Thank you guys for joining me. Welcome all the newcomers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are on a sensitive, touchy subject tonight: pedophiles and their praise. Um, there are so many. There is such a large amount of people who, right now, are being mentally abused. They're being physically abused. Um, they're being manipulated. They have no one to go to, no one to talk to. The feeling of isolation um, is prevalent with praise. And it's prevalent with pedophiles as well, because that's how it's the isolation for me. I'm gonna get them away from their family. I'm gonna get them away from their friends. I'm gonna get them away from what they know to be their comfort zone. And remember, I said that pedophiles listen, they learn, they study, and some people study for years. Some people, and it's actually it sounds like some type of um what's the word I'm looking for? It's I have to come back to it because I don't know the word. But it's because I don't want to say it's an art to being a pedophile, but it's an art to being a pedophile. And most pedophiles' excuses again are, well, it was done to me, and I didn't get help. Um, I didn't get the help that I needed. But here's the thing: you didn't like it. Why would you impose it on somebody else? Um, and to be honest with you, we're living in a day in a society where anything and everything goes. Um, so it really, you really don't hear a lot about um, sexual abuse like you used to, because the world has gotten worse. So it's like everything is acceptable. Anything is acceptable. People are accepting of things that back in the day we would never have been acceptable of. A lot of times people hold things, excuse me, for years before they even tell anybody what has happened. Exactly, Tolly. It's about, but I talked about sweeping stuff under the rug last week, and how after you start sweeping stuff under the rug start getting lumpy, really, really lumpy. Then it start getting messy. People start tripping over it. And then you have a big mess. So, um, we're gonna take another commercial break so I can gather myself. I've got to gather myself. I told you that this is not an easy subject for me. Um, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. A reminder about WMBI Radio. Hi, we are back. We are back. This is Angie Pat, aka the Boss. This is the Boss Up Show, and we are talking about pedophiles and their praise. So, um, like I said, this is a very touchy subject for me. Um, I don't condone it in any sense of the word. Some people make up, the reason whys. Some people um, make up excuses. Some people want to manipulate the situation. It is what it is. There are countries that even now um, cut body parts off um, when they, sexually abuse a person, or because I honestly, other than the last scandal that I heard, which was the R. Kelly scandal, you very seldom even hear about rape anymore. It's almost like the world has become so contaminated, so corrupt, that again, anything goes. Anything goes. Um, I personally, the biggest thing for me with pedophiles and preys, especially those that prey on young children, those that prey on special needs people, um, that leaves a lasting effect. And the effect is horrible. Those people never really learn how to love people the way that they should. People never really learn how to express love the way that they should. Um, and God is love, so love is a beautiful thing. People have completely turned it into a monstrosity. They and I was telling somebody the other day, we really don't even know how to love. I'm glad we are coming into February because we together are going to learn how to love. Um, uh, Things that were acceptable back in the day were not acceptable back in the day are acceptable now. And so many things are acceptable now that we don't talk about. This is one of them. That's why people wait 30, 40 years before they come forward and say anything. Um, you know, and then it's like, even with the law, it's hard because either they get a slap on the wrist, or well, that happened so long ago, it doesn't matter now, or they're not believed, and it makes it hard. And some people lie, which makes it even harder for those who have actually gone through it. Um, it's just a bad place to be. It really is. No, people don't have to put up a sign and say I'm a pedophile, but you know what place you're in. Um, if you're on the side of a pedophile, go get you some help. If you're on the side of a prey, go get you some help. Tell somebody. Um, and it's like more of this is going on than you really know. Um, and it's kind of like you said, Tali, being swept on the rug. Nobody wants to talk about it. And then it's also hard. It makes it hard because when you do come forth and when you do say something, um, either people don't believe you, or um, the victim becomes um, the villain, and everybody treats the victim, as if they've done something wrong. Now this victim has to walk around with the shame, with the guilt um, of something that was not even their fault. And those are lasting things. It's very hard. It's hard to come from up under those things, and especially when it's family, especially when it's someone that you know, someone that you really trust. Um, at what point do you begin to trust again? At what point do you begin to try to love again? Guess what? You don't. You don't. We're gonna take a commercial break, guys. We'll be right back. Hi guys, we're back. Sorry about that. So in this process, I told you guys I'm in the season of being better. I'm in the season of changing and um, um, truth, facing my. Um, this is one of my truths, and I guess you can't get no more transparent things, right? So because this is so touchy, we're gonna do a part 2 on Saturday, um, but we are going to kind of leave it at that for tonight. So I implore you, if you are a prey, especially minors, please watch your children. When we were coming up, like, we couldn't go to everybody's house. We couldn't associate with everybody, and the time is worse now. So, you kind of have to keep and it's like it's society is like, well, let the children kind of do what they want. No, don't let them do what they want, because at the end of the day, they're predators out here. They don't even have to go outside. They come through the phones. They come through social media. They come through the computers. They come through the games. They come through the TV. So just please be aware of what your children are watching. I'm in this season bringing awareness to different things. Awareness to things that, again, people don't want to talk about, but it's out here. People that are predators are still walking around. They're walking around as if, nothing has happened. They are, living life as if nothing has happened. And that affects the prey as well. That affects the victim as well. So we just want to keep those that are being abused, have been abused. We're gonna keep them in our prayers. We are going to do a part 2 on Saturday. And we just want to take this time right now just to ask God to protect those that we can't see. Protect those, because everybody knows someone who's going through. And God, we just ask that you would protect. We ask that you would expose those that would not normally be exposed. Those whose the victims are too scared to come forward. Those that the victims are too afraid. Those that have been threatened, whose families have been threatened. God, we just ask for exposure on today. And we ask for healing. We ask for healing for all of those who have been abused. We ask for healing in the mind. We ask for healing in the heart. And we ask these things in Jesus' name. I'm Angie Pat, aka The Boss. This has been The Boss Up Show. I'll see you guys in the morning, 7:45, on the Ride to Work with Angie. Make sure you guys turn on your notifications, hit the like and the share button, send stars. Please definitely share, because somebody needs this. Somebody is going through this right now. I implore you guys to share. Again, have a good day.
Sitting in the feds like, damn, this is what it feel like. Niggas pleading guilty, denying all they feel right. Asking for cooperation, you trying to offend me. Like I ain't see one of my homies just signing for 20. And I ain't see most of my homies just die in their 20s. How niggas never had a job on the plow when they 50. And they think they solving problems, but